REPL Stock Analysis, Last 3 Months. Hello everyone, today we're diving into the analysis of REPL stock, traded on NASDAQ based on its last 3 months of data. We'll cover the general trend, moving averages, key technical indicators, support and resistance levels, and a prediction for tomorrow's opening price. I'll keep it simple and clear, perfect for those new to stock analysis, as if I'm narrating for a YouTube video. Let's get started. General trend. Looking at REPL's price action over the past 3 months, it's been a wild ride. The stock kicked off in early May at around $9.64, climbing to a high of $10.01. However, a sharp drop followed, with prices plummeting to $7.01 by mid-May. From there, it oscillated between $7.00 and $10.97 until mid-July, when a massive spike pushed it to $12.63 on July 16th. But then a dramatic crash occurred, dropping the stock to a low of $3.10 by July 24, before a strong rebound to $7.125 on July 30th, accompanied by an enormous trading volume of 190 million. This roller coaster suggests high volatility, likely driven by significant market events or news. The huge volume spike on July 30th indicates strong investor interest, possibly signaling a shift in sentiment. Despite the recent recovery, the stock remains far below its mid-July highs, hinting at a cautious outlook. Moving averages and signals. Moving averages help us smooth out price fluctuations and spot trends. Here's what the data shows for the last trading day. 5-day simple moving average SMA5, 4,059. 10-day simple moving average SMA10, 6,335. 20-day simple moving average SMA20, 8,486.5. 5-day exponential moving average EMA5, 51,309. 10-day exponential moving average EMA10, 6,255. The current closing price of 7,125 is above the 5-day SMA and EMA, which is a positive short-term signal suggesting the stock has some upward momentum. However, it's still below the 10-day and 20-day SMAs, indicating that the broader trend remains weak. The fact that the price is significantly below longer-term averages like the 50-day SMA at 8,864.8 and the 200-day SMA at 7,979.5 confirms that the stock is struggling to regain its earlier strength. For signals, the price crossing above the 5-day averages could hint at a short-term bullish move, but the failure to break the 10-day or 20-day averages suggests caution. We'd need to see the price push above 850 to confirm a stronger recovery. RSI, MACD, and volume. Let's break down some key technical indicators in a way that's easy to grasp. RSI, 14-day, 46.82. The Relative Strength Index tells us if a stock is overbought or oversold. Below 46.82, REPL is in neutral territory, meaning it's neither overbought nor oversold, so no immediate red flags here. MACD, negative 1.4138, MACD signal, negative 0.8254, MACD histogram, negative 0.5884. The MACD is a trend-following indicator. The negative MACD and histogram indicate bearish momentum, but the histogram's value is less negative than previous days, suggesting the downward pressure might be easing. Still, it's not a strong bullish signal yet. Volume. The last day's volume was a staggering 190.19 million, dwarfing the average volume of 1 to 2 million in prior days. This massive spike, paired with a 3.75 price increase from the previous day, suggests a surge in buying interest, possibly driven by a market event or news. However, high volume on a single day doesn't guarantee sustained momentum, so we need to watch if this continues. Support, resistance, and stop-loss levels. Support and resistance levels help us identify where the stock might find a floor or hit a ceiling. Support levels. The recent low of 3.10 on July 24 acts as a strong support level as the stock bounced sharply from there. Another support zone is around 4, where the stock stabilized briefly before the July 30th spike. If the price falls below 4, it could test 3.10 again. Resistance levels. The 8.50 level, close to the 20-day SMA, 8.4865, is a key resistance to watch. Beyond that, 10.97, a high from July 11th, and 12.63, the peak on July 16th, are major hurdles. Breaking 8.50 would signal a stronger recovery. Stop loss. For those holding the stock, setting a stop loss just below 4, around 3.90, could protect against further declines. If you're considering buying, waiting for a break above 8.50 with strong volume could reduce risk. Tomorrow's opening prediction. Predicting tomorrow's opening price involves looking at the closing price, 7.125, recent momentum and volume trends. The massive volume and price jump on July 30th suggests strong buying interest, but the RSI's neutral stance and negative MACD indicate the rally might not be sustainable without further confirmation. The stock opened at 6.415 and climbed to 7.125 by close, showing intraday strength. My estimate for tomorrow's opening is between 680 and 7.50. If positive momentum continues and volume remains high, it could open closer to 7.50. However, if profit-taking kicks in after the big rally, an opening near 680 is possible. Conclusion. REPL has had a turbulent 3 months, with a promising start in May, a sharp drop, and a dramatic crash in late July, followed by a significant rebound to 7.125. The short-term outlook is cautiously optimistic as the price is above the 5-day moving averages and backed by huge volume. However, the stock remains below longer-term averages, and technical indicators like RSI and MACD suggest the rally needs more fuel to become a sustained trend. For traders, keep an eye on the 8.50 resistance and 4.00 support levels. Short-term buyers might find opportunities if the price breaks 8.50 with strong volume, while long-term investors should wait for confirmation of a trend reversal, possibly above 10.97. Always use stop losses to manage risk, especially with this stock's volatility. That's it for today's analysis. Drop your questions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.